we live? We're live? Is anybody there? Hello, hello. Is anybody there? There's Valerie. It's just you and me, Valerie, so far. I didn't even think about this being the day before Halloween, and where I live, you can trick or treat tonight and tomorrow night. And I didn't even think about that. It's probably like that in a lot of communities. But how are you, Valerie? You know, it probably sounds like we're having a demolition here or something. Hey, Nancy. I've got some trick or treaters upstairs right now, and I don't know. They're running back and forth. It's our grandchildren, and I forgot about them coming. And then the water softener decided it was going to circulate, and so I checked. It was going to be about 2 more minutes, I hope, because it's right there and it's really loud. So, hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Good evening. Trying to see who else is here. Connie. You don't get any trick-or-treaters, Valerie? No, we typically don't. Of course, we've got the grandkids that live locally. But we usually will leave the lights off because the dog just goes nuts. Every time the doorbell rings, the dog goes nuts. So we usually leave the lights off. So we've got some right here right now. And then there's one other daughter that should be coming with a grandkid. So I don't know if they're coming tonight or tomorrow, though. Hey, Liz, how are you? No fun for Casey. Casey's actually my mom. She texted my husband yesterday, and she said he's had such a rough year, actually, since like February. He's just had a bad year. And my mom texted me yesterday. I told you guys all the problem he's been having with his skin and such. And my mom texted and said that Casey had texted her and is hitching a ride down to Florida to be with her she's not so sure about these people up here. I just thought it was funny, but I think he's maybe a little bit better today. But I'll tell you what, I'm about tired of going to the vets. Oh, Nancy, you don't have any either? I enjoy trick-or-treaters. I mean, Halloween, I love Halloween, but it's just not cohesive with that dog. Hey, Glenda, how are you? And there's Cindy. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started. I'm hoping this might be kind of a quick tutorial tonight. I mean, not like, I don't know, it'll be more than 30 minutes probably, but I was trying to think of some, quick projects that you can put together if you want to decorate your own home, or if you've got an Etsy shop or a craft booth. This should be something that you can find that supplies for pretty easily, and it should be something that anybody could use. You could make it any kind of decor, any kind of theme. But what we're going to start out with is our base. And let me measure. I forgot to measure. Well, maybe I'll say on the tab. No, it doesn't. Let me measure this. This is a 36-inch centerpiece base. And we're going to turn that into a swag. But like we talked the other night, A lot of these kind of designs you could also use as a centerpiece. You could also use it to hang on a mantle. You could hang it on a wall. You can hang it over a mirror or a doorway, something like that. So, like I said, I think it's something that could be versatile for you. But anyway, this is a centerpiece base, 36 inches long. And I bought it locally at, it's called Jeffrey Allen's craft shop. Um, there's not any info really on it. There is a SKU, but I know that Joann's carries a similar piece. I saw them in our local shop, um, and you can get them online many places too. I don't know if Hobby Lobby has them. Um, Another option too would be if you wanted to take a piece of garland and cut it up. Um, I'm going to make ours a little bit more shaped than what I guess you could do it with a garland and just adjust the length of your branches. But I liked that this was in the shape that I'm really wanting to make. Okay. But the SKU on this is, like I said, I don't know the manufacturer, but the SKU is 706-9990. Again, that's 706-9990. Seems like our water softener has been going more than 2 minutes since we started, right? Can you guys hear that? It's making all kinds of water sounds. Looking to see who else joined in here. Hey, Ethel May. Oh, that's what you're going to be teaching in a few weeks? Good. Good deal, Nancy. All right. So anyway, we have this. And what I'm going to use for the focal point is going to be these sprays. I got these from Hobby Lobby. And they've got all kinds of different colors. And I just wanted to make something kind of icy and silver. If you wanted to, you could add different colors to it. But it has all these different size ornaments on it. And you can bend these out like this. But I just liked that it was kind of a starburst style. I want that tall one in the middle here. But you can make it into a starburst kind of piece. And my thinking is we're going to add these here, and then we're going to decorate around it too. Okay, I got 2 of these. That's how many you're going to need. And like I said, they've got all different kinds of styles of these. They've got like a buffalo plaid. They've got I've seen a red one. I've seen gold. I've seen red and green, but just about any color that you can think of for Christmas. So what I'm going to do before I even put this on here, and I don't have my camera quite low enough, I don't think, for this part, but I'm just going to lay these down on here. I'm going to leave enough room here in the middle for a bow. So however large you want to make your bow, make sure you leave a space here. I usually like to leave at least a fist difference. Okay. And if you want to, you can just use your branches to secure that in there. That's what I'm going to do. You can use zip ties also. You can use floral wire. And I'm going to secure it in 2 different places. Oops. I started pulling that back, but then I got to thinking you don't want it to, if it's going to be laying on a door or something, you don't want it, don't want it protruding from the back, right? Let's bring that back forward here. But just have them on different levels. So that's what it looks like on the first one. Let's get the other one. And I haven't told you the SKU on that. The SKU is 630-5502. It's from Hobby Lobby, but I'm sure you can get them anywhere or similar pieces. The SKU is 6305502. And you know, the Christmas is on sale at Hobby Lobby right now. 50% off. Trying to down here. Whoa, I just lost an ornament. Oh shoot, and I think it's, let me get over, I don't think I can reach it from here. Unless I got something. There, I got it. All right, so we're just going to glue that right back on. And that's one thing too, I wanted to tell you, I've had these come off before. Like this one's a little bit loose, well, a lot loose. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those on. I didn't know to check them before. And I remember I was, had a wreath that I had sold. I had it packaged up, and you know, I had it all, you know, the shipping label on it and everything. And I went to pick it up and it was rattling inside. So I opened it up and some of these ornaments had fallen off. So I went back and I re-glued all of them. Got a little carried away with the glue on that one. Okay, I think everything, all the rest of them are, the only one really need to check is this one on the very end. But do be careful about that. All right, get this out of the way. And, you know, we have this one going up. I'm going to come down here. And, you know, if you want to extend this farther, you can and make a much larger piece. But I'm going to, let's see. I think that looks good. It's probably extending about, I don't know, probably 2 inches higher than the longest branch. You can see that. All right, so let's go ahead and secure this. I'm going to lay this down to do that. It's a lot easier, but I'm just taking the branches and twisting them around tightly. And if you like where you've got everything, then I would recommend after you get them placed, you know, wrapped with your branches, I would recommend that you take a little dot of glue and put on there. Just as a little bit of protection. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. Okay. All right, now, one of the questions we had on the Q&A the other day was, how do you make a hanger with these? And I don't think I have any, yeah, I do not have any rustic wire right now. So my backup plan, so to speak, is to take a couple of these branches, and I usually don't use the very top ones. I'll come down here and I just make my own little hanger. I'm just going to twist them together, twist them around, and then I twist it back upward in the opposite direction. So I don't want it, you know, the weight of it just to pull it off. Okay. All right, so there's a nice hanger there now. All right, is everybody good? Hey, Catherine. Does it sound okay and everybody good? Is anybody else freezing? Ethel May says she's frozen. Grab something here. Anybody else freezing? Okay, we're going to keep on going. All right, now we've got this pretty dark pine swag, and I don't want a real big contrast like what we have between the darkness of the swag and the silver. I want it more icy, kind of cool looking. I'm going to pull these out just a little bit farther. Okay. And, you know what else? Let me do something else so you can see a little better. Good grief, the harder I tried to grab this, the farther I was pushing it away. But I'm going to put this up here just so it doesn't fall behind. And it should help you look or be able to see a little better too. Okay, there we go. All right, so like I said, I don't want as much contrast as what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to add a little bit of frosted greenery. And I've got this, it's kind of plastic. Well, it is plastic, but it's kind of plastic looking. I do not have a SKU on this. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do. Here we've got one. It's from Select Artificials, but you can find better than this. If you just go to Hobby Lobby and find you a flocked pick. Like I said, this is kind of plastic looking. I am going to add some other nicer things. Plus, this is not plastic either. So it'll make it look a little bit less plastic, if that makes sense. But, I started to tell you the SKU on it. But like I said, you can find better. Select Artificials. And the SKU is XS 642-GW. That's XS 642G or 642-GW. Hey, Jenny. Good deal. Hang on a minute. I just realized I think I made this public on YouTube, you guys. So you guys are getting a bonus over on YouTube. I'm actually in our design group. I usually do it private, but I think I forgot to do that. So welcome. But this will give you a taste of what it's like in our design group. All right. I'm just going to break this off into sections. Sometimes it's easier than not. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to go around in here and I'm going to just randomly space this. Okay. Let's drop it in the glue here. And you want to make sure that you've got plenty of contact with the greenery. And that's what's going to hold this in here. Plus, I've got a little bit of a Y right here. I'm going to take one of those branches and kind of fold it around so that it can't fall out. Okay. We're just going to start mingling some of that flocked with the unflocked evergreen. Oh, thank you, Angela. Thank you. Like I said, this is normally it was supposed to be private, but we're going to let go keep on going. It's our secret, right? You guys in the group, you can let them know what it's like to be in the design group. Okay, see how that's starting to soften that up? I don't want to hide all of my ornaments though. Let's come down here now. Like I said, I'm just wrapping that, one branch around in one of these Ys so that somebody can't just come and pull this out. Or, of course, over time, gravity might win also. This way, it's not going to go anywhere. All right, now I'm going to put a piece down here on the bottom and one on the very top also. Hey, Sarah. Sarah, I don't have my Mevo, so I'm sorry I cannot zoom in. I just can't. I'll bring it up here closer and show you, though. Yeah, I've about given up on Mevo. Anytime anything happens with it, it's like weeks. One time it was 4 months for them to get a problem fixed. So I don't know if I'm going to be using it anymore or not. But I do. If I don't, I'll be planning on or using the phone where I can bring it in a little closer, but I'm not there yet. All right, let's go right up here at the top. A little bit of glue. Yeah, the problem, you just can't talk to a person. It's like, you email them and then it might be a day, it might be 2 days. If it's a weekend, it'll be 3 days. And then they'll get back with you and they'll ask you the same question you just answered with the last person you talked to. And it's not been fun, especially for as expensive as those things are. As soon as I get these greens in, I'll bring this up closer to look. Put one more on the bottom and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay. All right, so that's what it looks like so far. And I didn't tell you this, but on those original sprays, if you want to, you can cut them down. You know, they have that big long stem, but I left them just so they're a little bit more stable, if that makes sense to you, because they're, you know, now they're wrapped in more than one place down here on the long part. That was just my choice. And then, of course, we'll be putting the bow around it too. Okay. All right. So that's what we have so far. I still have a little bit of this left, but I'm going to save it in case we need it later. Now what I want to do is go ahead and make our bow. Let me check and see if we have any questions first. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Vince. How are you? Yeah, we're just getting started, Vince. All right, let me get this mess picked up here so I can get our bow going. All right, do I want to put I think I do. I was debating whether I was going to use any 4-inch ribbon or not. You do not have to, but you know, I kind of want the bow to be the statement, okay, or the focal point. So I want to, you know, a wow bow. So we're going to use this. I'm using fair silk. You do not have to use fair silk. I do have some of this in my shop. I can't remember if it's at my adorable shop or if it's at boxmybow.com. But anyway, I'm going to use this. The SKU on it is RA110-53. That's RA110-53. And, you know, there's all kinds of 4-inch silver ribbon out there. I like this because this is sparkly and it's fair silk. What's not to like, right? But it also has some it's like random lines through it. And I thought about making the bow all just silver glitter, but I wanted just a little bit of white in there. So I grabbed this. It's a 2.5 inch. And I bought this locally, but I know that you can find this at like Craft Outlet and such. And the SKU on it is 689-3572. That's 689-3572. And it's white, and it kind of reminds you of the birch bark, but it has some sparkles in there, some silver sparkles. Say that 3 times fast, right? So, and then I think I'm going to put, this is a 5/8 inch, I think. Yeah, 5/8 inch silver in the middle. And again, if you don't want to make it silver, you can make it whatever color you want. If I had a 1.5 inch silver, I would have used it, but I did not. So we're going to go with what we have, right? Okay, let me get a pipe cleaner here. And, you know, I like to use these evergreen looking pipe cleaners. Whenever I'm working on evergreen, it just makes life a lot easier. And let me see how big we're going to make this bow. Like I said, I wanted it kind of a wow. I think that looks like a good size right there. With the 4-inch ribbon, I do not want my tails to come down here and hide all the goodies I'm going to be adding. So we're not going to make long tails, but let me measure this, let you know. I think it's about 7 inches probably as a loop. Yeah, 7-inch bow loop. And my tail is going to be probably about 10 inches or so, give or take. All right. As always, we're starting out like this. We're going to pinch our first layer. Let me get on my other side so I'm looking at you right. From my angle, that is. All right. So we've got this so far. Now I'm going to go in, I'm going to pinch this. Okay. So all we've got is a loop. at this point. Now we're going to twist. Bring that back to the back. Right? So we just got a big bow tie there. We're going to pinch that. Now we're going to twist. I don't know if I want more than that or not. Let me see. Now I'm just going to put the 2 loops of the 4-inch ribbon. I think if we go with more than that, it's going to be too much. All right, now I'm going to let's make one of our tails just a little bit longer. Okay, now we're going to come in with our 2.5 inch. I'm just going to lay that right over the top there, just like that. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to pinch it. I'm going to twist it. Bring it back to the middle. Let me look at this here. Okay, I'm making this just a little bit, probably this one's 7 inches. This one's going to be about 6. I'm going to pinch it. Twist it. Bring it back to the middle. Pinch it. I'm going to make another loop. So I'm just going to twist it. Bring it back to the middle. Check it, make sure I'm about the same length. And pinch it. I tell you what, I'm going to make another loop. We may not keep this one. I might decide to use it as tails. So let's twist it. Bring it back to the middle. And pinch it. That might be too much, like I said, but I might use it as tails. Or we might cut it off completely. I don't know. You know how I go, how I operate. All right, so let's just making sure all my loops are even, more or less. Okay, let's trim this off. And now I'm just going to put just a little accent with this 5/8 inch. Drop that right over the top there, just like we did before. Just holding it on with my thumb. I'm going to pinch it, twist it, bring it back to the middle, and I'm making that quite a bit shorter. It's probably about a 4-inch loop. We're going to pinch it, twist it, and bring it back to the middle. Okay. All right, so there's what we've got. Now, take our evergreen. If you were coordinated enough, which I'm not, but you could, if you wanted to, just set that down in there and use your evergreen branches to secure your bow. I'll end up making a new bow if I do that. Okay, so I just twisted it a couple of times. Okay. Now let's go ahead and attach it to our swag. And I'm wrapping around the spine of this swag here, right in the middle. fluffing out my bow. Right, I want them to kind of wrap around here. Kind of, like I said, I wanted to keep that middle kind of open because we're going to have stuff here. Okay. All right, so that's what it looks like so far. Oh, thank you, Angela. Thank you, Valerie, for getting the skews. I appreciate that. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and trim my tails. I usually don't do this early, but I pretty much know where I want my tails on this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And since I want them to kind of wrap, I'm not going to dovetail them. I'm going to just cut them at an angle. My angle is going up into the middle. Those I'm going to wait just a second. Well, it almost look like it's giving it a hug there. All right, now let's go ahead and we're going to do the same thing with our little tails here of our small ribbon. Cut it at an angle. The V's are going, you know, cutting the slant toward a V. Now let's curl these. I'm just going to roll it over my finger here. We'll give it a little pull. Same thing on the other side. Okay. All right, that's what we have so far. Bring it back up here again. All right, does anybody have any questions so far? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Just one lost track. That's okay. Thank you. Okay, now I want to add just a little bit more shimmer. And for that, we're going to use this glitter fern. You guys have seen this before. And I get mine from Regency. You know, you can get a lot of different places, Greenery Market, Trendy Tree. I'm sure Craft Outlet has it. But the SKU on mine is MTX 54410. Again, that's MTX 54410. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this down into some smaller pieces. I use this a lot, you guys, in the Christmas time. I think we used it last tutorial, if I remember right. Oh, no, we didn't. Or did we? No, we didn't. We did that. We did that cemetery headstone or headstone arrangement. I did not use it on that. All right, now I'm going to take it and cut it in half. I'm going to leave a couple of long pieces for the top and the bottom. We'll set those off to the side. And as you have questions, be sure you put them in the comments there. I'll answer as best I can. All right, I got another pretty close to the other long one. We'll keep these separated out. But when I'm shopping for my supplies, I'm always looking to see how can I break them down like this. I mean, this is not what we call a pusher, so it's fixed, but I knew I could come in here and I could cut them into different pieces and make my product extend, you know, get a lot more out of it. All right, and I'm bending it, fluffing it. We're just going to start going, and any place I see the dark grain, I'll probably stick some of this. We don't have to cover it completely, but I don't want a lot of that inexpensive pine showing. And just like the other, I'm taking a little piece of the pine that's existing and wrapping it around so that it's secure. All right, so I put a piece over here. I'm going to come on the other side. I'm just going to work my way down on that top part. We'll do the top part and then come back and do the bottom. Doesn't this look easy so far, you guys? Easy, and it could be quick if you weren't talking and that. Got a lot of the green, the dark green over here, so I'm going to stick some of this another branch over here. So we'll put two on each side over here. And do the same thing on the other side. Valerie's asking, is it okay for the ornaments to go past the greenery on the bottom? Yes, it is. Yes. And it's okay for the greenery to go past the ornaments, but it is okay. Yes. All right, now let's work on the bottom. I'm going to start up at the top here, close to the bow, and just work my way down. I'm going to have to get another bush, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, I was going to put one at the very top up here, and then we'll put one at the very bottom also. And as I said before, every time I'm putting something in, I'm bending it, giving it a little bit of life. Over here. All right, let's put another one. Probably won't use this whole bush. About 3 maybe. So let's go ahead and start filling in. This fern is, there's a right side and a wrong side. Sometimes it's kind of hard for me to tell. That's what I was doing there, kind of doing a double take. Up underneath that bow and bow tails. Okay. Still got a lot of darkness here, and I need something right there. Put that right in the center here. And then like right in this area right here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna see if I have any questions. Oh, thank you, Gail. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Valerie's asking, if you list this on Etsy, do you title as a swag centerpiece or both? I'm going to put it under swag or swag wreath, but I will also photograph it laying on a table. I guess there is an upside, a top and a bottom to this since I put the tails, but I think if you were going to do it as a centerpiece, I'd probably maybe bring a little bit of a tail up here too, so it looks more even. Tail, these maybe not this long tails either. I'd probably shorten them a little bit, and then duplicate it up here. But you could still offer it like that. Hey, Leah, that's okay. All right, now let me see. I think you could stop right here, but I also brought some other, I just grabbed whatever I had silver sitting around. I don't think those do any justice to it. I've got some ornaments. And I have ferns. I really don't think we need any ornaments either. I think our ornaments are good. Got a big wad of snow on here. Let me pull some of that off. It's like a big clump. Yeah, I don't think we need any more ornaments either, but I am going to add some glitter fern. Now, another option too, you guys have probably seen these at Hobby Lobby. Those would be really pretty in here too. If you wanted to add some color. Like I said, I wanted to keep it just like an icy silver, but that would be really pretty in there. And they also have a red and lime green one. I don't know if they have any other colors. If they have, I have not seen them. All right, let me grab some silver fern. And I always grab a ton of this every Christmas because it's really hard to get this sometimes. And I like the ones, I've got a couple of different kinds. I bought this last year. I wasn't really crazy about it. It's more of a maidenhair fern with the silver. I really like this. I think these add a little bit more movement for some reason. And, you know, we've kind of got a spiky look going on here. So I think we're going to go with this. And looking in the camera, I need to bring my other ornaments over here. Okay, that looks better, I think. Okay, so anyway, this Hobby Lobby, they have these ferns in all different colors. The only thing I wish they had a red one, and if they do, I've not seen it. And the SKU on this is 508-0510. That's 508-0510. Okay. And I like these because you can just really tear them into pieces. That's what I do to start off with. And then when I want to put in a smaller piece, then I cut that down farther. This one's not a Hobby Lobby one, but it's, you know, it looks a little bit different. Let me grab another Hobby Lobby one. Okay, now let's see where all we're going to go here. We'll start right there around the bow. And these also had a right and a wrong side, so be aware of that. I'm just going to go right in here. I'm just finding some evergreen to run this glue along. Okay. We'll go on the other side. I'll go ahead and cut off these little pieces of wire. Alrighty. Now let's go up a little bit higher. And I've got a big dose of green right here. This piece of inexpensive pine. I'm going to go right over the top of that. Again, I'm looking for that pine so I can get a good contact with my glue. And, notice that some of it's going more backwards, some's more forward. I'll bring it here close to the camera here in a second. When I get finished on this top, I will. So you can see what I mean. Right, then let's put one at the very top. Okay. All right, so that's what the top looks like. But see what I mean? Some of them are more forward, some of them are backwards, or more toward the back, I should say. You see that? Pretty sparkly. I wish you could see all the sparkles here. It doesn't always translate the same on camera. Okay, I know I'm going to need more of these, so let me get one more of these. Oh, I'm shorted on that one. Well, I had two. I probably borrowed off of it before. All right, so I want to go underneath of the bow here. I like to work, do one side, then the other. Just keep on track. And yes, I know some of that's hidden, or a lot of it's hidden. But you sure don't want that bow tail to fly up and it be empty down there. Okay, so let's go a little bit toward the and especially since these are, hanging downward, I'm going to grab that piece of pine and wrap it around that stem. Same thing on the other side. Let's put one down on the very bottom. That's the one I'm looking for, my Hobby Lobby one here. There's a long one. Maybe it fell out. I don't know. It's weird. I'll go to the very bottom here. All right, I feel like I need some right here too. Let me see if I can find one more. Let's see, I should be able to because I've got a ton of them. I ran out the year of that we had COVID, the COVID year ran out, and you can get these anywhere. Look, it needs to go right up in there. There we go. Okay. Now, the only other place I think we need to put a ornament is right smack in the middle. Let me see if there's any questions. Yeah, the ferns at Hobby Lobby, yeah, they're real cheap. Well, mine says $2.99, but well, I guess that would be the 50% off, right? Okay, I've got these the little ornaments like this. I'll put one right in the middle. Let me get my bow the way I want it first. You can use that evergreen to pull that bow back or the ribbon back and keep it where you want it if you need to. I'm just going to dip this down in the glue. Try not to drop it in the glue. Then we're just going to stick that right in the middle. And as I always tell you, once you get to this point, if you start putting that glue on there, you want to make sure you like your bow, right? Let's give this just a little bit more of a curl. I'm going to stand right in front so I can see what I need to do, if anything. Why this one piece wants to keep on shifting over there. Okay, I think we're done. I love it. I think looking at it, since I've added those tails, I know everything was in the middle and everything, but you could probably bring a little bit more greenery down here. Just to make it kind of balance out just a little bit more. I think since the tails are there, it covers a big part of that greenery, where it looks like there's more on the top than there is on the bottom. But that's all I would change probably. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me see if there's any questions. Thank you. Thank you guys. Like I said, I think I'm going to add, actually, I've got some of this darker greenery. That'll show up better. I'll add just a little bit more down there at the bottom. So there's a lot of stuff back here, but it's dark. that about right there. One more piece on the other side. Yeah, that looks better. Much better. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Vince. Did I glue, Valerie's asking, did I glue that piece into the pine or into the other greenery? I glued it into the pine and then I wrapped it around the stem. Let me show you. I like, well, I glued it up to the pine and then I wrapped it around the stem and then I put extra glue up on top. So it'll kind of melt around there. All right, any other questions? And thank you, YouTube users, for being here. I appreciate it. Belinda and Angela and Constance, thank you guys. Cheryl. Oh, you're celebrating your birthday, Cheryl. Happy birthday to you. Like I said, that it's just a taste. This was actually supposed to be just in my design group, but I accidentally, we were public and on YouTube. So it kind of just gives you a taste of what it's like to be in my design group. Is, people are always saying, why would I pay to go in a design group whenever you can see all this stuff on YouTube or Facebook, and that's kind of shows you why. I mean, we go into much more detail in this kind of situation than we do just when we're doing it for fun. So, okay, all right. Those that weren't here are missing out. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Oh, Doris, yes, yes, but it'll be on the replay. So. Yeah, I thought that when I saw some names that I didn't think were in the group. I'm thinking, well, maybe they just don't come to the lives sometimes. But oh well. All right, well, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to help you. And happy Halloween. And I think that's it. So till next time. Bye-bye. Yeah, now my video won't stop here. You're very welcome, Doris. Oh, hey, Kathy. I don't know why it's not. Well,